I think you will not have many problems editing Multicam in Final Cut Pro. It's pretty simple. So right off the bat, I started a library that I called Multi-Marquee. And I imported two separate cameras that I had for an interview of Marky Denenbaum from 25/8 Studios up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. What we're going to do right here is up in the top here, you'll see this little toggle thing. You can toggle it between film strip and list. So I'm going to toggle right in the list. And a lot of people who are familiar with other editing programs, this is what your kind of default is. You don't get the skim like you do in Final Cut, but you do have this like list thingy thing. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna drag it over so I can see the names, because I've already, when I imported the footage, I already named all my files. So I have A cam and B cam, and you can see that B cam has been split up. Well, the B cam was a Sony A7R2 that stops you at about half an hour, versus the A cam, the tighter shot, was a Sony FS7, which allowed me to run, full hour and 23 minutes. It didn't get broken up. So I guess those are the advantages of having slightly better cameras. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But one thing we have to worry about in editing is, the first thing is setting our camera angles. So right here, camera angle, I'm going to just call that angle 1. Simple enough. So A cam, I'm going to call angle 1. And right there, camera angle. Now B cam, I want to assign all of these cameras to angle 2. You can't really do that right here like you can with one clip. So we're going to go over to the inspector, hit the information tab right here, and then down here under where our metadata field is, we have this drop down. We're going to go to extended, and now we have camera angle. We're going to call all of these clips camera angle 2. Now if you want, you can do a bunch of other things, like the camera name you can call A7R2, and take, it doesn't, you could add your reel, your scene, your take, all that other kind of stuff, which is important in a lot of projects. This project, it is not important to have any of that. So we're just going to have camera angle 1, camera angle 2. Now we're going to go back into film strip mode now that we've added all that metadata. And here's why Multicam in Final Cut Pro is so awesome. I'm going to select our first clip, and I'm going to shift select our last clip. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to do new Multicam clip. So under this, I'm going to put Multi-Marquee. And might as well capitalize that. I don't know why, but I feel like, capitalizing it. So in event, we only have one event here. If we wanted to put that in another event, we'd have to create that before opening up this dialog. Not a big deal. Angle assembly, we want to have it done by camera angle. Now you could also do it by camera name or automatic, but I'm going to do it by camera angle because we just assigned those angles. And angle clip ordering, automatic, synchronization, automatic. This does a really good job of synchronizing everything automatically, rendering ProRes. It's all native to Final Cut, so you always want to render in ProRes. Then you're just going to click OK. Dialog box. This is real time, so we're just going to wait it out for a minute. It's going to look through all these clips. It's going to take the audio and synchronize everything, hopefully without any issues. Come on, Final Cut, what are you doing? It'll just take a second. Usually it's much faster than this. I'm not sure what's going on right now. now we have a multicam clip, and you can double click on that and you can see where it actually sorted everything. Not too bad. Alright, so we're gonna right click on the event and we're gonna create a new project, and 4K is good because that's what we recorded it in. And we're gonna call this Marquee, just to continue on this tradition or naming convention here. I'm gonna click OK, and boom, there's our new project, Marquee. We're gonna hit this, hit E to drop it into the timeline, and now you go Control Command 1, and that's gonna get rid of your viewer, and we can get rid of the inspector as well. We don't need any of these transitions. Let's focus on what we're looking at here. Now you're gonna hit Shift Command 7, and that's gonna bring up our angle viewer. So I'm gonna go right here to where we have both cameras running at the same time, and I'll just trim it right to here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this little portion of the clip, and I'm gonna get rid of the rest because, like I said, this was an hour and 23 minutes, so I don't want to make you all sit through an hour and 23 minutes of Marquee talking. You know, so angle 2 is the one that I had the boom mic attached to. So what I'm going to do is up here at the top, I'm going to hit audio, and I'm going to select that clip for only audio. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to select video, and now that's audio and video, that's video, and that's just audio. So I selected just the audio from the B cam because that's where the good microphone's being piped into. And now we're just gonna play.
I just remember the whole reason for this.
And now we can switch over from whatever camera you want.
So no one thought I was going to graduate, right? And all my teachers were very, very confused about the fact that like my IQ was good, my SAT scores were like kind of phenomenal, and I just didn't fucking care. I don't need 4 hours of homework when I leave school. And what was the question? What got me into film? Okay. So.
And that's it. That's it. Like look over here at our viewer, and you see that all those cuts have been made. Everything is beautiful. So now you can do that. I mean, that's your basic multicam edit. And even though B cam, you see that we only have 2 cameras showing up here. That's because we assigned this to B cam to angle 2, even though it was 5 separate clips, which is pretty alright if you ask me. The cool thing is you can grab this and it will, if you want to, let's say we want to cut right there on that motion, you could just drag it over to that motion.
Okay. So, and the 2 cameras are good because you can cut this part out of the story.
There you go. That's how you do multicam editing in Final Cut Pro. You could use, let's see, it gives you up to 16 angles that you could use. So you could run 16 cameras at the same time and just cut between them all if you're doing a larger project. In this case, we only care about these 2 angles. Color correction and grading and all that kind of stuff. That's all on you. Anyway, that's multicam on Final Cut Pro 10.